I think one of the most horrible things about alcoholism is how it affects the family, like special events like weddings or graduations or even funerals or, holidays, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, big events where, they can become awkward or unnecessarily troublesome. I have one particular case that I had, it was a life event like dropping my son off at college, and it had turned into a very uncomfortable, ugly time. And I was actually glad my son was being dropped off at school and away from all the drama that was going on with my wife at the time. So listen further. I think this particular life event was the most difficult and the most troublesome for me personally, was dropping my son off at school. He went to school about 500 miles north of where we lived. So we ended up taking my wife and myself and my son, and we, it was a long drive. So we had to stop like every half hour, 45 minutes for Amanda to get something to drink in the way of alcohol, just to appease her. And then she had to stop and go to the bathroom every hour. A trip that normally would take 10 or 12 hours ended up taking us 2 days because we actually had to stop and find something to eat and always find something for her to drink. And it was just an obnoxious time. My son was getting very frustrated. He was excited to get to school. And this, the longevity of the drive and just the hassle of it all because of his mother was making him very frustrated. And it was a culmination of really years of just pent up anger and frustration with dealing with his mother. And then there were just little things that were just extremely annoying, like checking out of the hotel on the second day. My wife was hungover from the day before, just drinking all the way up. And it just took us an hour to get her out of the room. Then we went and finally got to the college. We had lunch after we got checked. My son checked in to his dorm room, and she drank 2 pitchers of beer and continued to get completely sloshed. So then I realized it was just time to drop my son off. And what normally is, a very, wonderful time to finally make that separation with your child when you're dropping them off at school. It's really the first time that they're away and alone on their own. And it was a sad moment because my son was just ready to get his mother out of his life. And the whole thing really became poignant when it was time to just, drop him off and take off to go back home. And he just looked at me and he goes, "Dad, can you just get Mom out of here? I need to start school. And I can't stand it anymore." And I just said, "Okay, son." I gave him a hug. And my wife was in the front seat. She couldn't even get out of the front seat. And I just took off. And she was all upset because she didn't say goodbye. And I go, it's too late. What's normally a very wonderful moment, it was just destroyed by the frustration and the anger and just dealing with the madness of alcoholism. And to make a long story short, that was actually the last time that my son saw his mother. He never saw her again. She ended up falling down a flight of stairs at her 7th rehab a few months after that and passed away. And I told him just to stay in school, that I really didn't want him to see the end. It wasn't worth it. And the reason why I tell these types of stories, again, is so that they resonate with other families that are going through this thing and make them realize that they're not alone. That's really the biggest takeaway. And to get help sooner so these kind of things don't have to continue with inside families. So again, if they resonate with you, please click on the link above, schedule a breakthrough call. I've helped thousands of alcoholics, and I've also helped their families. Again, please like, share, and comment. Join our Facebook group called Amanda, A Cautionary Tale of Alcoholism. And again, thanks for listening.